Welcome to the Collective Chat. My name is Kendall Smiley. Here we have Lee, Jenn, and our special guest, Brendan Boyd. We are here to talk about active lifestyle, keeping a balance, seeing how you do in your life, your relationships, your family, your job, and making so that things don't get out of whack. So we go way back. We started off in the fashion industry. Mm-hmm. You had a clothing line of t-shirts.
Yeah. Well, it started off as that.
It started off as that, and then it kind of morphed into other things.
Like a full line, yeah.
When I met you, it was Society T-shirts, Society Original Products, and the bicycle logo. I always wanted to ask you about where did you come up with? Like, were you a biker?
I think in general, like biking is something that everyone can relate to. Mm-hmm. You know, like most people, at least children, have some type of recollection of their first time riding a bike or attempt to ride a bike. I've actually run into a few people that have adults that still haven't learned how to ride a bike. So, you know, that's kind of crazy to me. But eventually, they're going to have that moment.
Right,
you know?
right.
So originally we wanted the brand to identify with various demographics. Mm-hmm. And we needed something that kind of made sense for us, you know. Mm-hmm. And for me and my business partner at the time, it was trying to have or find an active lifestyle. Okay. You know, positivity, and then just like that circle of what's the best way I can put it? Just like, you know, just how energy turns, you know, just like you were saying earlier. Just
movement.
Motion, movement, that balance. Mm-hmm. We felt like the bike logo identified that perfectly. So that's kind of why we chose it. And then there was a period of time where our office was close enough where I would just ride my BMX bike to work. You know, and then eventually I got a motorcycle, so I would ride up to work.
So it's still the bike thing.
Still the bike thing. Yeah.
And you've had it on multiple celebrities. Yeah. You've had it on TV. Mm-hmm. And with that, how do you know, that was busy. Yeah. You know, being on the go. You traveled to New York. I remember going to New York with you.
Yeah, New York, California, Canada, a lot of different places.
With all that, how do you stay fit? You know, like how did you?
Well, when I was smaller, I just didn't want to. I really didn't want to be overweight. Like that was my thing. Like I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be fat or just out of shape. You know, just that was just my personal thing. So when you're in school, you know, you got gym, like nutrition on a certain level is kind of important. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't remember talking about that in school. Like,
but I mean, really... gym, at least gym, and they tell you to have 3 meals. That's why I say on a level, they don't get real deep indulged into like the type of foods you should eat. But they, you know, you have breakfast, there's lunch, and they encourage you to go home and have dinner, and then have a meal. You come back and then they make sure you eat.
Right.
Now what you decide to eat, that's up to you. But they do make sure you know you have the 3 meals, and that's the foundation. As you become more conscious in your physical health, you understand that, you know, you need at least 6 or something like that, and you find like the places in between like the main meals. But like in the beginning for me, it was just always I didn't want to gain weight. You know, I didn't want to be out of shape. I always wanted to be in shape for as long as I could.
When you say when you were smaller, does that mean when you were a kid that you took?
When I was like middle school, high school.
You were like cognizant that that young,
because
kids don't think about it.
Because I look at my family members, my neighbors, you know what I'm saying, and I noticed that a lot of my community, African American, you know, no one that I saw when I was younger was like in shape. Everyone was like out of shape, you know, and I didn't want that for myself.
It's interesting that you had that perspective at such a young age to know that maybe this isn't right.
Yeah, I mean, well, the main thing was just drinking and smoking, because like I grew up in a house that was smokers. Like you know how now like you can't really have a child that's younger than 6 in a home that's not deleded. So I grew up in a time where it was lead. You know what I'm saying? Like many people did. Like it was lead. You just you know, it didn't affect me. You just dealt with it.
Right.
So during that time, it was like, you know, you had lead poison, you had smokers. Like my mom smoked, grandmother smoked, aunt smoked, uncle smoked, everyone smoked. So I grew up in that. And then everyone drank, but it was social back then. It was like, you know, being cool was a thing to do when you wasn't working. You know, people got together and they just did those things. And then, you know, and I would say like coming into the 80s, when people really started to realize that these things would
they're gonna have an
cut your
effect.
life
It's
short,
gonna
like
be-
seriously. So, you know, not to really get on that topic, but when I saw those things growing up, and combined with people being overweight, those are things that I knew I wanted to make a conscious effort to stay away from.
Okay.
That's
You know.
awesome.
So no one really taught me that. I just kind of saw it and I was like, I don't want to go that way.
That's
You know
pretty
what I'm saying?
impressive.
So I was like, I'm gonna pay attention to what I put in my body. And then as I got older and started to learn more, like even my former business partner, we started the brand. We met like 04, 05. We really started grinding like 06.
Mm-hmm.
Brand was on retail shows in 2007. But like in 06, we both decided that we're not gonna eat red meat no more. You know what I'm saying? So we met almost a year and a half, 2 years prior to that, and we were working a lot. And I had quit my job. And he
That's
initially quit
hard
his.
because
Yeah.
it's been about 10 days and I haven't had red meat.
Yeah.
You know, and I love bacon. I even have a sign on my desk that says I love bacon, and it's been very interesting to feel what my body feels like without any fish, not any chicken, just to stick with fruits, vegetables, nuts, just to try it out. Because I've never
it's
in
cool
my
to be clean, you know?
whole life gone
Clean out your system.
without any kind of substance of meat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like competitive by nature. So back then with the red meat, it was like, all right, well, let's see who can not eat it. And I was like, all right, so we just stopped eating it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really miss it.
Okay.
At the time, I was just like, you know, well, I'm not gonna do it because you challenged me.
Now, did you both watch each other during this time? Like, do you make sure he didn't and he watched you? Or?
Well, we spent a lot of time together, so I would
okay.
say yeah. But I don't even think we really had to. Like, I
Wasn't
didn't really
conscious,
have
it was
those
just-
cravings
yeah.
like that.
Right,
I
really?
mean, once we cut it, it was just like, you know,
Even
we
the
were eating
people brought
heavy
it
fast
around?
food back then. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, well, I stopped eating McDonald's a while ago, but it was
Okay.
like Burger King, Wendy's.
Because you were on the go.
Yeah.
You were doing so
Burger
much.
King, Wendy's, you know, sub shops locally,
Mhm.
you know, Jamaican restaurants, you know,
So
that
what
stuff.
did you substitute? Like when you made that decision, what did you start eating instead?
At the time, then we just switched it like heavy chicken and fish.
Okay.
You know?
Really?
And I had
Straight
already
up.
stopped eating pork in '98.
Okay.
So it was just like really chicken and fish. And then as I grew from there, it was like how the food was prepared.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So no more fried fish
Right.
and no more fried chicken.
Right.
You know. So
And
you
that
know,
must
as
have
I got
been-
older, things just, you know, I just switched up a little bit.
In the dynamics of family and get-togethers, that
Yeah.
must have been challenging because they probably approached you like, well, you can't have a little bit.
Yeah,
You can't have
that
a little
still
bit of,
happens.
you know.
Yeah, that still happens. I just don't eat it, or I find what I can eat that's there, you know, and then I'll eat that, and then you know I'll do my thing later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or I eat prior to or whatever. Yeah. Or I just drink a lot of water and then go for a run after. So, you know, it kind of depends.
So how often do you run, or what do you do to keep yourself fit now?
It depends on the day. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I started boxing.
Okay.
So me and a colleague of mine, there's a boxing gym that's local. So we go there. It's like 6:30 or 7:30 a.m. You can choose a class. I mean, they have classes all the time, but those are the ones that probably work best for me with the time. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending on if I do not have like a work requirement, I'll go box. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, I'll hit the gym. You know, so those are like the weight days.
Do you have
for
a
the most
day
part.
that you just kind
Well,
of
Sunday usually,
chill?
unless like this week, I've only been in the gym once just because of the schedule. So I'll probably work out Sunday. But traditionally, Sunday, like I don't work or I don't work out. I
Okay.
So you
I
relax.
just rest, relax,
Okay, yeah.
exactly. But yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, that's when I hit the gym and lift, which I think is important. If you run, like you're gonna run off a lot of your body weight, so you need to probably keep that
the
muscle up.
weights.
And then Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings, I sometimes do double sessions. So that consists of like some cross training. So November Project, they do Monday, Wednesday,
I heard about the
Friday.
November Project.
What's
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with November.
So November
Project.
Project started, you know, maybe at this point it's 2016, right? So maybe like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was two dudes that weren't from the city, but they wanted to have a free active workout
Yeah.
that everyone could be a part of,
Okay.
and not necessarily have to pay a membership fee, and that you could work out the whole year round.
Oh wow.
So being from New England, you know, like you're gonna get hit with the elements if you're working
Right.
out all
Yeah.
year round.
Correct.
So yeah, it's raining, it's snowing, it's sleeting, it's sunny, it's hot, it's humid. Those workouts remain, and you just show up.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's the real thing.
So-
just show up.
I looked at their website too, the November
Yeah.
Project, and part of that is that you make a verbal commitment to someone in the group that you're going to be there.
Yeah, and they
And
hold you
so-
accountable.
Right,
Yeah.
and so they hold
That's
you
great.
accountable for that. Like, I don't think it's a shame thing. You don't get shamed
Yeah.
if you don't go, but like you're like, I really want to keep that commitment.
Yeah, you feel it.
said-
Yeah, it's kind of like if
I said I was going to do that, so I'm going to
Yeah.
follow through on that. I'm going to be there.
Wow,
yeah,
that
kind
is
of like
great.
if I said I was gonna be here today. If I
Right.
didn't come, you got everything set up. I ain't show up. You know
Bravo!
what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it's just that accountability, like she was saying.
Yeah.
So I incorporate those. And there's some friends I have that I try to get to come with me to do the double sessions.
Right,
Some of them
right.
are a little reluctant because it's double sessions.
Right.
But I have some friends that are competitive and like challenges, so they come. But I like that.
And they
Right.
do crazy stuff too. Like they go to like the Harvard, is it the
Yeah,
Harvard
so
Stadium? They
Wednesday
go to the
morning-
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Wednesday
That sounds
morning's
like
the
fun. I
Harvard
think I might have to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
It's early though, right?
Yeah, so 6:30, and they also have a 5:30
Wow.
AM.
a.m. And then Fridays is 6:30 in Brookline. You run Summit Ave, so it's like this hill that's kind of like steep and has a decline, and you run up and down that 4 times.
And
Beautiful time.
there's no like, it's just a big group activity. Like how many people usually go?
Hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hundreds, right? Can you
Hundreds.
imagine the energy of that?
That seems like it would be awesome.
Yeah, and it's like a range. So everyone's not fit. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
So
Some
you
people
don't-
are.
you don't feel like
some
you
people are
have to-
ultra fit, and some people just aren't fit.
Oh,
But
okay.
the camaraderie of people all being
Yeah.
there for one purpose to like get better, to improve themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I use that training a lot for the marathon.
Probably saying, do your best.
Yeah.
Like we're all here to try this. We're all here to be active.
Right.
Like do your best.
I mean, when I do that and I see people kind of slowing down, if I'm running past them or whatever, I encourage them and vice versa. Like,
that's-
they'll see me. I
I-
might take my time on the stair, or maybe I decrease my speed, and you get that encouragement. So it kind of goes. It's a pretty good cycle.
It's a full circle.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is that, with that being said, you just recently did the Boston Marathon.
Yeah. So how that actually
year?
started? Yeah, this year.
Congratulations.
A couple weeks ago. Thank you. So how that actually started? I gotta go back to November Project for that. So 2 people probably got me on this journey. I was already, on a fitness thing, and before that, I just really played a lot of basketball and I hit the gym. That was like basketball and then weights, So almost 2 years ago, I would say, a little over 2 years ago, I met Chad Troyer. Right now he's currently a Nike men's basketball line product manager,
Okay.
LPM in Oregon. So at
wow,
the time, he was stationed in Boston as an Eakin. And the Eakin is basically, that's Nike's ears and eyes to the street. So
Okay.
they're the ones that connect with the community.
Oh, wow.
So high school kids, middle school
Okay.
kids, they're the ones that take Nike's tech and verbiage about product and
Tweak it.
No, they educate the retailers so they could sell it properly.
Okay.
Oh,
You
really?
know?
Okay.
So like I'm wearing some Luna Epics right now, but like
Nice.
they would receive this shoe broken
Oh,
down.
look at that. That's got like a little ankle support
Yeah.
on that.
So they would receive this shoe broken down
Okay.
with all of the materials, and they would educate on the materials and technology to
Okay.
the retail sales reps,
So they
and
could
then
sell it.
and then they sell it.
Okay.
But then they also would connect to kids so they can get them to be brand loyal and such. So him and I met because we shared a retail partner, because at the
Okay.
time I was still selling clothes, or I still was in that industry. So I just went to visit my retail partner at the time. It was AWOL in Austin. He was there.
Great group of guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they just redesigned their store too.
I'll have to check it out.
160 Harvard Ave. I'm not
They're
plugging,
good. No,
but-
they're good. We work with
Yeah,
them
yeah,
with the
yeah. Nah, they're
Austin
great.
Brighton Fashion Show.
Right, yeah, I know.
No,
Yeah.
they're great dudes, and I've known them for a while. So I was in the store checking on product. He was in the store checking on Nike product. So we just met. He had on a pair of Kobe 9s at the time, and I was like, "Yo, those are pretty sweet." That's
Did you
kind of
see
like,
mine? Did you see mine?
yeah, no, those are nice
These are
too.
nice.
Yeah, these are nice. Flyknits. Yeah. So
I got those from my husband.
he got you some too, or you got?
Oh
both?
yeah, he
Okay.
he hooks me up. He had a pair, so
Okay.
I had to get a pair.
Dope. So him and I connected on the shoe, and we just started talking, and then out of that, I just kind of grew a friendship. And then he had just got privy to November Project, and they were looking for a brand to kind of align the movement to, so like New Balance or North Face or Nike or Puma, whomever. So he was a representative of Nike in Boston at the time.
Okay.
So he asked me to go, so I came with him, and then subsequently he was also like leading awareness about Nike Run Club, NRC at the time, which they meet several times a week and it's free too.
Okay.
They just meet and they do runs. So he was like, coming to that. So I came. It was running a mile. At that time, it was only a mile. I was like, I don't know why I'm here, man. I don't want to run this mile. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what got me there, honestly, was the shoes, because like once a month they have like trial shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
if they have a new style coming out and running, they'll let you test it. And you could test it during one of the runs.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So I grabbed a pair of shoes and I was
Ran the
running.
mile.
But while I'm running the mile, I'm like, man.
Are you dying? You're like,
Why am I running this mile? You know? So I finished it and it was all right, whatever. So he invited me to come back and I came back. So between NRC with him and November Project with him, and he also is a Division I athlete, so we would play basketball on the side. So between all of that, our friendship was growing, and then I was getting into running. You know what I'm saying? So 1 mile became 2, 2 became 4, 4 became 8.
Whoa.
Kind of like that. And then he actually got a new position, so we flew back to Oregon. So at the time it was a different position, not the one he has now, but he had a better opportunity, so we flew back to Oregon. During our friendship, I met another gentleman who's now his old position. So he's a current Nike Eaton.
Okay.
Right.
His name is Jared Walker. So between him and Jared, they're the one that kind of helped me forge, my interest and commitment to running. Because Jared comes from a football background.
Okay.
So he was actually a Nike athlete at the time. He was working
wow,
at
okay.
just a Nike store on Newbury Street.
Yeah, I know.
And
that.
NRC was just coming about. And then he had an opportunity to become a pacer, who's basically like, they're the ones that help you pace.
In the
And if you're
races.
gonna quit, like they'll walk with
Yep.
you till your end.
Oh, wow,
So he
okay.
started growing in that, and he didn't come from a running background either. So it was work for him too.
Okay.
So in our friendship, just like Chad, is like highly competitive, and our fitness has a real foundation in it. So we always challenge each other and stuff like that. So between Jarek and Chad, they kind of cemented my interest in running.
And that competitive edge drove
the
you.
competitive edge drove me. And then Nike actually has a really dope, they got a run series, but it's tailored to women. It's called a Nike Women's Run Series.
I'm not familiar with that.
So
You
every
familiar
year
with
they go to multiple cities
Wow.
around the world, and they hold like 10Ks, 15Ks, half
Okay.
marathons. And I ran a few of those. And it was cool to like run, fly to different cities, visit the city, run the
Wow.
city,
Right.
and
Nice.
then like, kind of get submerged in the culture of that city. So those things kept me going too. And then way back even further, I remember watching the marathon with my grandma.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
probably like
yeah.
10, 11, 12 or something. And I would, I'm like, why are these people running? I don't get it. Like, we would watch it, she loved tennis. And we would watch the marathon. Like, those are two things we would do together. And every year I would ask her the same thing.
Why do these people do this?
Why they running? 26 miles is crazy. I don't even know what Hopkinton was at the time.
Right.
But you run from there to Boston, like, and people were cheering. I just didn't understand it. Like, you standing outside to see these people run. Like, I just don't get it. So when I started running, I told myself and the people that I was running with, or the ones I would consistently work out with, that I'm not interested in running a marathon. I think my longest ever run is probably going to be a half.
So you just want to do short distance?
I just wanted to do short, and even a half was pretty much long.
Pretty good,
That's
yeah.
the 13.1 miles. I mean,
Yeah.
that's no joke.
So after I did my second half, well, a little before I did my second half, my friend, he offered me the opportunity to run a marathon. So I told him,
Did he give you a number?
well, yeah, I got a bib too. So
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Is that the opportunity? He's like, hey, I got a free number. Here you go.
Yeah, he pretty much was like, if you want to run a marathon, I can get you a bib.
Nice.
And I was like, all right, well, I
It's
gotta
hard to
finish.
come back.
I gotta finish this next half marathon before I make a decision.
Okay.
But I'll let you know in November. At that time, it was like, I think September, and the half was in October. So I let him know in December. I took more time. I stalled out. But I was fully committed by January, so that's kind of when I started training.
And that's hard in New England, especially with the weather and the elements.
Yeah, and I hate being cold.
I got to give you
too.
props. 'Cause if you had to go, I had to go outside. I wouldn't be doing it. Sorry.
Yeah, I went outside a few times, and I did those hills. I did those stairs.
And you felt
and
it.
I'm a layered dude, so as long as I got my gloves, I got my tights and
I like
my
your
base,
tights, I
my
do,
base
I do.
layer. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Because
Okay.
once you start running, you'll get
Get warm.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel that
kind of like a car?
did that-
You got a car got to warm up. So real similar.
Did your training interfere with like your relationships, your family? Did anybody try to stop you or interject, saying, "Oh, why are you doing that? That's that's dumb"? Or
Now, a lot of people aren't really morning people per se, so I would get all my stuff done in the morning.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so it didn't really affect too much.
Yeah. What do you do for work?
I'm a real estate agent.
Because
You
we're
looking for a
talking
house?
about
You guys,
living
you
here.
guys
I
need
just
some
bought a
houses?
house.
What's up? What's going on? Yeah, I'm in real
They
estate.
just bought a house.
Yeah. Investment property, right?
So that's what you do for work. Like you're
Yeah.
talking about all this stuff outside of like your work life, which takes up a big chunk of your time.
Yeah.
Like how do you work all that around?
Well, I think
How do you fit that all
I
in?
think neither's really worked to me. You know, I think I've
And
always,
that's the key.
yeah, I've always
That's
been an
really
entrepreneur.
what we've talked
so,
about.
So
Right.
moving from the fashion industry into real estate,
Yeah.
for me, it's just the same elements, just
Yeah.
a different product. And I'm still selling and marketing.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing, and I'm networking and meeting people and traveling. So it's essentially the same. I
Yeah.
just have a product now that identifies with a wider demo than just a specific area of clothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because depending on what type of clothes you wear, it might only appeal to a certain demo, a certain niche. But everyone needs to live somewhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy a condo, or a single family, or multifamily. They're gonna rent. That's everyone.
Yeah.
What would you say to our audience about trying to keep it all together and into a balance?
Right.
Because when people are out of balance,
Yeah.
that seems to whack everything in their life, and they can't get back on track.
I would probably say two things. One would be find something active that you enjoy.
Okay.
You know, and you need to be realistic with your goals are. Some people's goals might be to look a certain way. Some
Right.
people's goal may be to have, really be in good cardiovascular shape. Some people's goals may be to gain weight or whatever. Like, you could be fit and not necessarily look amazing. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be realistic with what you want. So if your goals is just to be fit, be in shape, have good heart and stuff like that, find something that you love. It could be dance, it could be yoga, it could be
Right.
Zumba, could be riding the bike, spinning, hiking, whatever it is. You got to identify what that is that you're gonna love, so you can do it consistently and it won't feel like work. There definitely will be times where you don't want to actually do it, obviously.
Right.
But once you get there and show up, it's obviously will be rewarding, and when you finish, you'll feel great. So I would say that the first thing is find out what your thing is. Find out what your goal is. Like identify what those two things are. Now I would say the other thing is you have, like you were saying earlier with the accountability.
Yeah.
Get a group,
Right.
or a friend.
Right.
Maybe maybe that friend's not your best friend, but he's your fitness friend.
Right.
Right.
Or, or maybe you got a small group and you have your group that you guys be social, maybe have a drink and hang out, but then you have your fitness group that
Right.
you guys only meet to spin or
Right.
whatever.
Okay.
So if it's a social thing that's more attractive, or it's a one-on-one thing, get your goal, find out what's fun to you to work out, and then if it's one person or a group, those three things I think
that's
will
awesome.
kind of get you there and keep you going.
Keep you
Keep
going.
you motivated. Right. Right.
Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yeah, no problem. Was
we're-
that all the questions?
It was
Did I hit
awesome.
everything?
I think we hit all points.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Collective Chat. We are very happy to have our guest here, Brendan Boyd. And if you have any questions, hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Let's take a picture.
That was easy.
Hi, Stacey.